Hey guys, we are here with the Ranger wrap up retro. We got to turn off the volume here. Today we're going to be talking about Walker, Texas Ranger, Season 3, Episode 2.
Good. Oh, thank God.
Where Chuck Norris meets...
I usually grab them from over here, but they also do some in the front. I generally don't really pay.
Walker, Texas Ranger versus Frankenstein.
Yeah, good.
Frankenstein's monster.
Yes.
No, you'll be fine.
The scientist, because, you know,
That'd be kind
he's a
of
scientist.
really weird.
Unless he was a martial arts scientist.
That's possible.
Is that the thing?
Where am I? What's
So,
going on?
Today, if you're following us over on Twitch, we watched episodes 9 and 10 of Power Rangers in Space.
That's right.
The episode 9 was the Craterite Invasion,
That was actually pretty good.
which was interesting.
I liked it.
I liked it too. I was a little confused. And then what was it? What was the next episode called?
Bees and balloons.
Yes.
It was a wasp with a
Bees
heart.
are, yeah.
Wasp with a heart.
There we go. It was that's kind of hard to remember. I just know what the episode was about, what it included, but the title is.
Do you know what it was about?
Yeah.
Well, let's start with the first one. Okay, so
Okay,
the Craterite.
That one was actually really good. I really enjoyed that episode. In the beginning, I did not. Obviously, I was incredibly critical about the Oompa Loompas coming through like the morphing grid for no real reason, and was.
Even though I'm still trying to figure out what the episode's about, some people are trying to figure out who we are.
Well, I mean,
we didn't
basically.
introduce ourselves.
Of this episode or that episode?
No, I'm saying we didn't introduce ourselves.
It doesn't matter. You guys know who we are, right?
Well, I'm Elle. You're
I'm Josh.
Josh.
And I'm Joe.
You're Joe.
Okay, cool.
I like how like there's.
Daniel couldn't be here today. He's always late. Daniel's never on time anyway, so we'll figure out what's going on with him at some time.
At least you're consistently inconsistent.
Exactly. That's something we always do about.
Now that we got that out of the way, I'm Elle, this is Josh, and that is Daniel, and this is the Retro Ranger wrap up. We are not talking about
Walker,
Texas Ranger. We are talking about Power Rangers in space, and specifically the Craterites, who look like Oompa Loompas missing their bottom jaw in a nightmare-fueled passion project by some of these riders.
See, I thought they looked more like Cirque du Soleil performers.
Oh,
like the weird. They do have like the weird, like,
it is true.
what was it? Morphing?
Yeah.
That was very Cirque du Soleil.
I was waiting for them to get up on the silks and start doing like weird, like
Yeah.
flips
Aerial,
and twists and shit.
like,
Aerials.
acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm down for it. I paid for that in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I did.
So basically, this episode was it started off really weird with these Craterites invading the ship, and then
Well, not really, because it was a simulation originally. They were trying to train in their.
right, but we don't know where they came from. Like, we don't know whether these Craterite things were the simulation that came to life,
Yeah.
or whether the alien things
Actually
form
infiltrated,
of, yeah.
because they did have like that body snatcher things where they eventually take on the human image of people in the city.
Right. Yeah, they morphed
With no, yeah.
to
Okay, I like that.
to look like regular.
It's morphin' time.
But yeah, it was
Police officer.
it was-
Mother.
it was
baby.
like
There was some stuff going on there. We'll talk about that.
you said basically body snatchers type thing.
Yeah.
Except that people weren't putting cocoons. And then it was also like they lived, where if you look at them in a reflection,
You see the real
see what they actually were. Whereas in Beta it was the sunglasses.
Wait, what does it sound like? Audio isn't coming from the mic?
Interesting. I think Shay fucked up the audio.
Let's all blame Shay. Everyone in chat say boo Shay.
Everyone just type in Boucher. And just let's see how many people will do what we tell them. So type Boucher in the comments.
I actually like the Blur's comment. The Craterites showed us that even the Power Rangers need to make sure their computers have the latest antivirus software. Yes, they did get infiltrated.
Yeah. They obviously did not have either nor antivirus.
So, but who sent them the virus that turned these things? I didn't see Ashrama ever
Yeah, I don't think it was her. I think the morphing grid was going crazy, and the Oompa Loompas came to life. And man, they came fast and furious. There was a ton of them. There was a stadium worth of Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, like they went in for it. Like,
Here's a good question, check. Is the cord plugged into the right jack?
Yeah.
The front one, not the back one, right?
Yeah.
And you guys, I'm still waiting for the wave of Boucher. So if you guys,
Bobby Boucher?
Yes. Yeah,
Are they saying boo
it's
or boo?
and Shay is spelled. I know why. Shay is spelled SHEA. So once again,
okay.
Joker says it's good now.
Okay, we are back on track.
Once again, Boo Shay. So that's BOO space SHEA. Now, boo him as much as possible because that's what we really need. We're not doing super chats. Just boo Shay a little bit.
Yeah, that just helps raise our morale over here at the Illuminerdi.
Or maybe someone can make like a water boy T-shirt that just says Bobby Boucher.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, DK, I love this man. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry.
All right. So, what were we talking about? The things. What were the
Craterites.
The Craterites.
Craterites. Now, see, why are they called Craterites? They didn't come from a crater. What the hell?
We actually have no idea. We actually made predictions before the episode aired of like these Craterites were a species that would come from a crater and would infiltrate, Angel Grove as they do. But we didn't even get that much detail.
Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot. Basically, the story more or less revolved around that kid who was the I don't think his name was he was the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah, the boy that
Jason, Patrick, something like that.
Something. The kid that just
Lost
lied.
Lost boy.
Yeah, and
Latchkey.
makes
That's
sense.
what I'm gonna call him. Latchkey.
But
Because
the
his
thing
mom
is,
left him alone.
it's true. But when the boy did see the other Craterites the night before, he didn't say anything to his mother. He didn't freak out. And then the morning of, where we thought he was gonna, say something
Right.
and, be called out for it, he didn't say anything. It wasn't until way later on that the lady that was supposed to take him to school, and it's like, oh man, they're an Oompa Loompa. I better go find the police officer 10 miles away and tell them instead of anyone else.
Right,
in the
and
neighborhood.
she just disappeared.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, other than that, I still thought the episode was.
It was fun. It was fun. It was really fun.
How the Sandman qualities of breaking pieces off and coming back together, that weird we were talking about at the Attack on Titan, and they had the one weakness, but instead of being the nape of the neck, it was
the leader that was in the center.
with the black mask.
He was dangerous, dude. That little
he was controlling all of them. So it's kind of weird. You would think that he would be the head virus or something, and all these things were digital replicants.
Yeah. Oh, see, that would have been cool if if they were actual holograms that had come to life.
Do you think it had something to do with Ecliptor? Because Ecliptor did come in that episode. So maybe it was one of the.
I'm sorry. You sure what we talking about?
Huh?
You said he what?
Ecliptor?
Yeah, you said he just what?
He showed up right in that episode. So do you think?
That's not the words you said earlier.
Is that not what I said?
No, you said Ecliptor just.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Yeah.
What did I say?
And this is a discussion for Thursday.
Yes, it is. Oh boy. All right. Anyway, moving on. You're right. He did appear on this episode. He popped up out of nowhere.
I'm trying to think what I said.
Patrick. Patrick was the kid.
Patrick. There you go. Latchkey's name is Patrick. I love that kid. Latchkey is what his name is for me. I mean, I just saw him. He's in a house, and they're like, "Run, run, Patrick!" And then he stops before any of the Rangers, and he's like, "It's a white cop," And I was like, "Oh, this is so real to me." I related to that episode. I really did.
Oh, and by the way, Blair, Josh and Shay will be doing a gaming session tonight. They're going to be playing wrestling.
Yeah, we're going to be doing WWE 2K20. Hopefully we won't get any glitches, but Joe will be joining us for this tonight as well, so it should be fun.
There you guys go.
That'll be going live.
You're welcome. Yeah, you guys get your dose of Joe.
8? 7?
8
Around 8 o'clock on
7:30,
Twitch. Please subscribe to the Illuminerdi on Twitch so you can get our updates when we are streaming. Anyway, back to...
Shay has a fan.
He does.
I have fans.
A fan.
Man, that's so nice. Dude, I wish my mom watched this show. So, moving on.
Moving on. Do we want to talk about errors, notes?
Oh my God! I do want to know what they considered errors for this episode.
Yeah, okay, so while we're going through the errors and the notes, why don't you guys give us your ratings in the chat? Then when we come back from the errors and the notes, we'll give our
yeah,
ratings.
sounds good.
All right. So errors. The shot of the Craterites parachuting to Earth contained no sound whatsoever. Is that what?
Oh, with the marshmallow
But
parachutes.
there's no sound in space.
Oh.
Yeah. But then there's no gravity in space either, so I don't know how they came down.
But then again,
That's true.
that's true.
I mean, it worked in Star Wars.
It does.
But there's also sound in
Gravitational
space.
pull, maybe like the Earth is so big that there was a little bit, so
It just kind of pulled. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. The Craterites appear to be falling from the Dark Fortress.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
First showing like the ship,
Yeah.
but like she never really showed up and specifically said anything.
Right.
But
Andros stated that the Craterites only wanted to fight the Power Rangers. However, later the team went to rescue Patrick, who was in no danger anyway.
yeah.
If the Craterites were truly only interested in fighting the Rangers, then they were endangering Patrick by being with him.
Yes, actually, that is very true.
Well, the question, but wait, but
But
like,
we were talking about that too. We were like, why are they there?
why would they have to go find him? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a weird thing. I'm glad that was confirmed.
Well, I'm glad that they took the time to be like, yo, this is an error.
Yeah.
This is a huge plot hole. Let's address it.
Yeah, I don't know that's an error. It's more just a why did they do
Yeah,
this?
I don't understand why you guys did this.
Because this kid is a liar. We need to teach him a lesson at the end. If you lie about this, I want you to see that the real.
I just wanted like the cop to look at him at the end and be like, listen, you little shit. Don't fucking lie again. Don't fucking lie again or these guys are gonna come for you.
I mean, that's basically what he said, but in Power Ranger.
Yeah, that is the way that you talk to every child. I tell you, that's the way you start off a conversation.
And it works for the kids that I talk to.
You look around, you lean in. Listen to me, you little shit. And then you say what you gotta say, and then you lean back and smile. Tussle their hair, and children.
If you really want to fuck them up, you look at them and go like, listen here, you little shit. Have a great day. And then just walk away.
I'll hide your parents in the closet. You'll never.
You can tell Josh
will
doesn't
die
have
because
children.
of you.
that was the butterfly effect when he went back when he finally figured out how to fix everything. He went back to mom and he threatened the kid.
He never
Well, no,
fixed
he didn't kill
anything,
himself.
though.
No, he did. At his very last.
No, he died. didn't
Yeah.
he?
Well,
No.
that's
So
the director's cut.
in the director's cut, he
It's
strangled himself in the womb.
Yeah.
In the theatrical cut, he went back in time to his birthday party and told Amy Smart as a kid that he
She was a
hated
little
her
shit.
and was going to kill all of her family if they stayed around or something.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Yeah,
That movie had so much potential, and both of those things are so unsatisfying to me.
Yeah.
Well, the strangling part was like, oh, okay.
I was okay
Yeah.
with it, but I was just like,
You
It
know,
was a little surprising.
Yeah.
It was a little surprising that they went that route.
Yeah. Anyway.
Poor Ashton Kutcher. That could have been a Ranger.
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at him, I mean, it's just.
I would prefer Vilmer Vladimirama.
Wilmer as a Ranger? Ooh, that would be dope.
Or as like a
Oh my
Bond Skelter
God.
character.
Oh.
He's doing all those cop shows
For
now.
new ones coming out, he should probably just be a bad guy.
That'd be great too.
Like he's an evil Ranger. With
For a
the
movie.
Scott
Yeah.
To be in the movie.
yeah.
He could be Lord Zed in the movie.
Yeah.
No, you need
Right.
your dad. The
The dad.
dad from
Red.
Sunday Show. Yeah.
Red as in Power Rangers.
In Power Rangers?
The Power Ranger villain.
That he's gonna shove his
Boot up
foot-
your ass.
Yeah, right, exactly. Oh,
Alright,
boy.
alright. Notes.
Well, we still need to know what they voted for.
Shay should be compiling those.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
So go over the notes.
Okay,
So
cool.
notes. None of the regular villains appear in this episode. That was a little confusing.
That is very true, and that's why I'm still kind of
Wait,
like.
did Ecliptor not show up in that episode? I thought he
Showed up
No.
in the next
No,
one.
yeah,
Second
he's in the
one?
next one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I totally lied. I kind of thought that maybe like he was the one controlling that whole grid thing.
No,
Since he's able to.
no.
Okay, never mind.
Not
Totally
at
fine.
all. I'm telling you, that's what
So,
I'm like.
I just
it
watched
makes
these
no
episodes
sense.
like 30 minutes ago, and
It's
you
because it made no sense
do
where,
drugs,
where it
kids.
came from.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was just trying to make up random things to make it make sense.
So
Make it make sense.
let's see. This episode uses Craterite footage from several Mega Ranger episodes. The opening Simu deck fight is from episode 1. Boss Monster Craterite footage is from episode 14. The parachuting shot is from episode 19. The construction site fight is from episode 25. And the beach footage is from episode 27.
That was a weird cut.
That
too,
was
with the
a
beach.
weird
Yeah.
cut. Because it was like they were fighting in like a construction zone or whatever, and then
Then all of a sudden
when somebody jumped, and when they landed, they were in the beach, and I was like,
Okay.
how, where did we?
I mean, we've seen it before. Like a lot of footage. Is
That's
Yeah.
very true.
Like we're in the park, we're at the beach, we're in the desert, we're next to the buildings, and on like
Well,
these
that's
dogs.
what it was. It Mighty Morphin, like
Yeah.
you know, her staff always landed in the same place.
Yeah.
And then they were always fighting in that weird like desert area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's like
And the
Palm
Dragon
Dam or
Sword
something.
always came out from like the pier, and sometimes they weren't
'cause,
even close to that.
Very true.
If the Zords were fighting in, if Power Rangers were fighting giant monsters in Palmdale, who's gonna care?
No one's gonna care.
Yeah.
So, Let's see. So, to make up for not using the Kunakoons, Coons or Kunakoons?
I don't know, but that first one sounds racist as shit.
You know what? I think the first one's much better than Coon Coons.
I guess that's true.
Coon Coons is so much better than
All right.
Coon.
Yeah, all right. I'll leave
Oh
that.
boy, watch out. We have a lot of information on this show today.
Well, then, should I not tell you that when I was a kid I had a coonskin cap?
Wow, Josh, this episode is just, we had the latchkey kid, we had the kid afraid of the white cop, and the white
He
cop
wasn't afraid.
kid
The
with the bad guy.
white cop just didn't believe the black kid.
No, once again, there's another problem. And then after that, we have when the kid got out the house, he was the first one like, stop guys, the white cop. And the mother pulled up, baby, get in the car, the white cop. And they all ran off. Like, I'm telling you.
It's Kunenes.
Let me see. Where is it?
Right there. Kune.
Okay, maybe
K-U-N-E-S.
Can't use Kunes.
Oh, yes!
Pronunciation
Thank you, Elle!
It is not.
Perfect.
It is not racist in
Japanese
Japanese.
finally,
Thank you.
Keep
Keep up, Josh. Holy shit.
I'm Jill. So these were the enemy grunts from Mega Ranger, but Saban decided to use footage from multiple episodes for this story.
Which is good. I like it. Man, the suspense was crazy because it was for one of the first times that I'm like, the Power Rangers are obviously outnumbered by these things.
Definitely.
And I was scared for them. And then when they all came together, like, that was horrifying.
Yeah.
That was like a horrifying visual
image.
image.
Really weird. It was also sort of like, was it Akira?
Yeah.
Like when all the mutants
Yeah. It was.
Or like the Katamari game where you just roll and you just collect everything and it's like all the ball monster.
What was it?
Attack of Titan.
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls too. They have
the
all of
gnomes.
the gnomes and they make the
also
big gnome.
Josh made a good one. It's like on Family Guy.
Family Guy with Joe and
all his like his friends, and they just.
That was when Peter. That was when Peter won't let them into the bar.
Yes.
I mean, it's like Power Rangers. Like, the Zords all come together and they're like, hey, you know what? We could do this.
But I feel like this monster would be like if in like the Forever Red team up or like the Mega team up where there are like 300 Power Rangers there. They all just all come together.
Yeah,
Like not the Zords, but just
They're like, you don't have any swords. Put some glue on yourself. It's gonna work.
Also, does this look like Noob from Rick and Morty? The guy with the mask, the one that has the
No,
balls?
not Noob. It actually, well, I mean the mask sort of, but it actually looks more like Million Ants.
Oh yeah, it does look like Million Ants.
Jeez.
And that makes more sense with all the Million Ants put together as a whole thing. Okay. All right, so let's go back to our ratings. Let's see what you guys rated it
in the chat. So the Blur gives it 2 out of 5. Mikey Nerd Talk gives it a 2.5. Thomas Franco 2.5. Jared Hodges gives it a 3. Hyper Ryan gives it a 4.3. Excuse me, coronavirus. And Emma Sanchez gives it a 4. So Daniel, what would you rate this episode?
Honestly, this episode was slightly confusing, but very entertaining. I like the look of it, so I'm going to
And Hyper Ryan loves the look of you too.
Thank you. I know, right? There's some Fred Durst thing going on.
It's all about the nookie.
It's all about the nookie. It's all about the nookie and the nookie.
Nah.
Let's stick it up here. No, what?
I never
You talk about the greatest band that was existed for a week in the 90s. And okay.
Next week I'll bring you some hot dogs with water.
Oh, jeez. No.
Drink it.
Before I forget, let me talk about things.
Change which
Talk about that one before I forget.
Try plugging the thing in further, maybe the cord.
It won't go in anymore, Josh.
That's exactly what she
So what are you giving it?
I'm giving this episode actually.
How many nuggies?
Three. I'm giving it three
nuggies.
nuggies. So stick it up your ass, stick it up your ass, stick it up your ass. 3 nuggies. What about? I love it. I was like, after this episode is done, I will stab you. So, Elle, what are you giving it?
Is that our new rating system? 3 nookies?
For whatever reason, like this set really low expectations at the beginning, but by the end I was like,
It was
man,
fun.
this is fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, this is I think maybe one of the first episodes I'm doing. This one of 5. This
Oh,
was
wow.
It makes 0 sense. This reminds me of like weird animes, like Fully Cool and shit. Like I don't really know what happened or what the plot is or why things went down, but for whatever reason, I love it. This one's getting a 5 for me.
Alright, I'm gonna give it. I'm kind of like between you guys. I'm gonna give it a 4.
All right,
So
sounds good.
this is 4 Walker Texas Ranger Roundhouse kicks out of 5.
I don't. Why are we still talking about?
Oh,
Also,
God.
you graduated from my high school.
So, no one's graduated from high school.
No, We have little frames with holes in the walls. It's like,
touched here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what?
But
Blood stains, you're like, what?
in general, kind of mixed all around because it is a weird episode. It's something that I probably wouldn't generally like, but man, when they all came together in that super creepy like mega monster,
Yeah, it was like
I love shit
Right,
like
it was
that.
just-
It's weird. It's weird,
just
and I love it.
fun.
Yeah.
I did.
Like this, like for me, in this way, the story really didn't matter because there was
Yeah.
like almost no story there.
Yeah, that's true.
But the action and everything was just
Dude, it was
good.
good.
yeah.
It was
Like we-
creepy.
like
I
we
want to
said
see.
during the
I want to
show.
see them more.
Like we said during while we were watching the choreography.
Yeah.
Josh was
choreography
saying
is
how
good.
he thought the fight choreography was really good
Yep.
during this season versus what we've had before. Like they really have gotten better, and it's the American choreography and the Sentai choreography.
Yeah.
It's just working
That
it
is
in.
wild.
It's a weird episode, and I feel like this was very much a filler episode, but I'm 100% okay with that for some reason, which generally I'm not.
That's true.
I'm a delirious move from that daylight savings zone.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
like
I've come to understand that almost every episode in Power Rangers is a filler episode because they have like so many. At least in these beginning
Yeah,
seasons, they had
40
so many
episodes, yeah.
episodes per season.
Yeah, they were just like, look, you're just gonna have to deal with this. I'm sorry, I can't have something important every episode.
And when you only have like 5 or 6 minutes of like exposition per episode,
That's true.
There's
It's the
not
first
much that
5
you can
minutes
do.
of any Power Rangers episode is your exposition.
Yeah.
After that, just watch.
Yeah, there's like 5 minutes, like 4 or 5 minutes in the beginning, and then like 2 or 3
Layla,
minutes at
what's
the end.
At the end,
That's about it. Yeah.
But let's jump into our second episode, The Wasp with a Heart. Reminds me of Ferdinand. Was it Ferdinand?
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Disney
the bull.
movie with a bull and just wants to pick flowers and rest easy in a field and gets manipulated into hurting people.
And nothing is wrong with him wanting to just live a happy life. Like, and he doesn't want to be a villain or evil.
Yeah.
He just wants to be a happy.
He said that he just wanted to be good at something.
Picking flowers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But it
that's right.
brought him a lot of joy. He was shaking his ass. He was like, yeah, I got this
Oh,
down.
he
I
was
got this
into it.
down.
And
He
then
was
immediately
got his
that's
groove
what-
in there.
But that's what got the Wasp's attention.
That's true.
Him shaking
Yeah.
his He was like,
Mm.
hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Well,
the
not the main villain, but the guy picking flowers, he was the Wasp.
Yeah, and then the
Well,
other
the
then
other
he-
guy was
Hornet.
like a hornet or
Yeah,
I'm not-
because he was thinner, even thinner than the Wasp. Usually it's what? Bees, wasps, hornets.
Yeah,
As
right.
far as, like-
Yellow Jackets,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like so.
something like that.
Clearly, we found out that wasps actually can be very nice. There's nothing
Sure.
wrong with a good wasp.
Unless they fly up your shirt and continue stinging you in the back.
Well, I
the
mean,
bees.
as if you were agitated. Look, if you agitate a wasp, the wasp is going to agitate you.
Listen.
That was quick.
Walking into the house one day, and one just like it flew at me. It flew up my shirt, and I was stuck in there, so I got stung like
That
4 or 5
sounds
times in
very
the back.
uncharacteristic of a wasp.
That was very good. We did read the rating.
Wasps, they like the shock.
Unless
They like-
that's
I'm sorry.
the audio was held.
Anyway, no. But
Wasn't Will Ferrell and Old School.
thank you. Right there, you go. No, but I mean that it was great to see. Like, okay, here goes the villain. Like we saw when we were watching. Thomas Franco said it.
Yeah.
The whole there's no evil intention.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, aliens are like, well, they're aliens to us. Aliens can actually, not all of them are bad. Hey,
And I'm not
I'm
even
just being
convinced
a
this
nice
one was an
alien.
alien, man. I thought it was just like a weird mutated bee. Like, you get the Africanized
Yeah, we don't
bees,
know
and
where
this
he
one
actually
just-
came from.
This
But
one just
why
had
would
weird
he-
pesticide hormones injected in it, and he learned how to.
But we also
communicate.
know that there's like weird shit on Earth anyway.
Yeah, that's true. There's stuff buried underneath.
Yeah.
things and
So I just
blah,
assumed that
blah.
he was like, a regular little waspy man thing that could talk and like to pick flowers. I didn't think that Ashramana created him or pulled him from space and then brought him down to Earth to pick flowers. I felt like he had lived
He'd
a
already
long,
been
healthy
there, yeah.
life, trying to find out what he's good at. Like we
Okay.
all are trying to do, just trying to live our best lives, man.
Okay, I mean, I can go for that. What you did notice in this episode was Bulk's shirt and how it matched the underwear. Long
From the
johns.
last,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was Josh, yeah.
So, but so that's my question. Is that actually his underwear, or is it just the shirt that he wears all the time, and it just looks like it's connected to his?
I mean, it might be.
Boxers.
I mean, I wear my pajama shirts as real shirts
I don't know.
sometimes. Like shirts are shirts.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
a shirt is a shirt.
Yeah,
Hence the name. I agree.
it's a shirt.
It's a shirt. You're right. Damn.
Revolutionary
okay,
conversation here on the Ranger wrap up.
No, I'm like, yeah, we're talking about the wardrobe. Oh boy. No, but honestly, though, for this episode, besides that, I did notice that there was a little bit of a subplot for just anti-bullying. Because it was like all the bad guys were doing were just bullying him into doing everything he didn't want to do. And then there were expectations versus reality.
It was like peer pressure.
Yes. All his expectations were fueled with peer pressure. It was always, okay, they want me to do this, I'm going to do this. And then when it comes down to it, he failed because it was like,
well, he was kind of possessed too. Is that like the power of peer pressure where he was trying to fight the evil spell that was on him to do the good thing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw that when he had the gun and he was trying to shoot Cassie. I was like, I can't do it.
And Mikey Nerd Talk actually brings up this is Cassie's best episode, definitely
so far. Yeah. So far, at least from what I've seen.
She's defending him. Yeah. I really, really like that she's stepping up for the underdog and like saying, "Hey, no, just because they look terrifying doesn't mean they are terrifying. Like he did try to save my life. He's having some kind of internal conflict, but also very weird. I thought she had the hots for the Wasp.
And maybe she did.
Which is fine. You know,
she has hots.
That was a hot stinger that he was shaking out there. So
it was. He also got stung. In the bum to really give him the push, and that was awkward. But still, nonetheless, peer pressure, like we said.
Right.
But Cassie tends to fall in love with almost.
She likes that dog, like the dog boy, the dog that turned into a man, and she kind of had a crush on, or maybe kind of. That was last season, so you weren't here for that, but that was weird. Phantom Ranger never gets to see his face. He could easily be a lobster man inside of that suit.
Yes.
Yeah, and now this Wasp, it's pretty interesting. Cassie's love interests are interesting. She had the guy at that date where she was like, oh, maybe a second chance.
Oh yeah. With the last week, yeah.
Yeah, and she was like,
the building not falling apart.
They're giving her a lot of love interests.
But all her love interests are like really faulty and horrible. Like she's really bad at picking people.
So it's like real life.
Yeah, there you go.
She's still in high school. They're not yet graduated, as we have found out. So, now's the time to make mistakes. I'm actually kind of curious why they haven't picked up on Cassie and Andros, because she was trying to hit on Andros pretty hardcore the earlier episodes, and we haven't seen anything about that yet.
Anyone who's not on the team, she's just like, hey, how you doing? I'm just going to sit down here.
Man, Cassie does have a thing for aliens. I bet her and Billy would have a lot of good conversations. Billy could probably give her some love advice about falling in love with aliens. He has that.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's falling in love with
things with weird heads.
Well, things with weird heads.
No, the Aquatarians.
Weird heads.
He went to Aquatard because he fell in love and wanted to marry
it's fine.
It's almost like a Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Different species.
And once again,
hey, that was a quest for Player 2.
Elle's not a fan of it.
If you want to tune into Quest for Player 2 on Thursday, we will talk Little Mermaid and we will talk all kinds of weird bestiality things. Tune in for that on Thursday at 8 o'clock.
Errors notes? Yes. All right. Errors is actually not that much this week.
And once again, if you guys already know the drill. While we're doing the errors and notes, please go ahead and give us your ratings for this episode. So we'll go ahead and collect them and read them off to you. Boy, oh boy, that's See, okay.
It is.
He's a repaint. He's a repaint. I thought he was.
Yeah, you didn't mention that.
So did they kill him on the end of that episode, or did they beat him? They beat him, and he hung around. And then now they.
That's actually really cool. And then I wonder if they just painted the eyes a little bit wider to make the tears come out. And it was
so interesting. You talk about that.
All right.
Waspicable, which is his name. This is a note, not an error. Waspicable was created from a modified Grumblebee costume.
Oh.
So the costume is the same, but it was changed.
See, so my story from now on is it was him, and he's been stranded there on Earth, and now he just wants to be good.
Okay.
And blah blah.
And the second note that they have here is a little confusing to me because we've seen him before. The second note here is that this was the first appearance of Ecliptor in the Power Ranger footage. Okay. So do they mean the American footage, not the Sentai footage? Okay.
Oh. So they finally did get the suits come over and
okay, so that makes a little bit more sense then. Because I was like, we've seen them before.
I was like, I've seen them so many times.
Errors. Only one this time. At the end of the episode, Astronema orders no more insect monsters are to be used, similar to what Rita said about there being no more fish monsters in Mighty Morphin Mutants. However, several more appear in the future.
I mean, that's fine.
one thing that they
So that's not necessarily that's not necessarily
At
an
this
error.
point, like,
That's
you know,
more or less
you can
just
change your mind.
One thing I think also, which is a note, Eltar is quoted saying also no more painters.
Oh yeah.
He says no more painters. And we were trying to think, when was the last time a painter, a bad guy painter has been in the episode? And that's way back with Kimberly. Unless there's something close.
I don't.
We think the last one we remember was Kimberly. If you guys remember something different, let us know in the chat. But that's kind of cool as a callback, but also weird because Eltar wasn't there.
And speaking of
Eltar wasn't there.
actually, speaking of him, next week I believe we are going to have Derek Stephen Prince on the show.
That's right.
Hey Joe, is that confirmed?
What?
Derek Stephen Prince is going to be on next week after the Retro Ranger wrap up for a Q&A session.
Yes.
Yes. So the voice actor for Elgar will be here next week after the Retro Ranger wrap up. So make sure to budget some time for that. We are super excited to have him on.
Yeah, and if you're
Q&A.
in the area, you can also come down and watch it live here at the Comic Bug in Manhattan Beach.
Yes. So come on down. We will be posting it on our social media if you need an address or a location or anything like that. We should also be posting the times that this will be going
I believe
live.
it's going to be starting at 7.
All right.
But we will verify that.
We will need
and
to verify
post
that,
it.
but stay tuned for next week. But yeah,
I think that
so
was interesting.
people in the chat give this episode, Mikey Nerd Talk gives it a 4, Jared Hodges gives it a 4, Thomas Franco gives it a 4.5, The Blur gives it a 4, Edward Sanchez Productions gives it a 5. Daniel.
Thomas Franco also. Oh no, remember I said it again. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. For myself, this episode was actually fun. I loved it. It brought back some nostalgia for me, especially with the grumpy bee and then this thing putting it all together. I'm pulling an L. Today is my first 5.
Nice.
Today
Nice.
is a 5 for me. I love this episode. It was so good to me. What about you?
I'm at a solid 4 again. Like it was good. I'm still waiting for an episode to like absolutely like blow me out of the water. Yeah, like I mean, you guys have been watching since Mighty Morphin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have a lot more to compare it to.
True.
So far, I mean, the episode was good. I'm just still waiting for something to be like, like here.
Okay, I get it. I promise you, it will happen this season.
Okay.
We will get a 5 out of you this season.
Nice. I think I'm just feeling generous today. I like seeing Cassie's development. I like her standing up for the underdog and her character being fleshed out a little bit more. I also like the weird balloons, and I like the idea of bees. That was really funny. Those effects were like fantastic. And 10 out of 10.
I did really enjoy all that bee stuff.
Bees that were coming out. Like, man, this one absolutely wowed me as well. This one gets a 5. It's National Women's Day. Girl was represented in this episode, so I'm gonna give it up to her tonight.
And Josh, you did have a question.
Yeah. So last order of business. I asked during the Twitch stream, who are your favorite female characters in Power Rangers? Not just the Power Rangers themselves, but any of the characters.
Well, see, this is hard because I am biased. Trini was obviously like growing up like my kind of idol. Incredibly smart, knew martial arts, good in school, also protector of didn't want to do bullies, really cared about the environment. I would say that she is my top female Power Ranger, but also I have only watched up to here thus far.
Right.
For me, going along with that, I have a small list. Yes, Trini is on that list. I'm not giving you any particular order. Astronema is dope. I do enjoy her. She's a villain. I love her whole thing with her style, her change up and everything. And then, as we know her backstory, we can already tell, oh, God, you're his sister, blah, blah. This is already like, oh, this is different from what we've known. So I love that. And if I have to pick one more female, I'm going to actually pick Rita. I mean,
Rita's
she
fantastic.
was the first villain that we got, and she went through a lot to get to where she was. She even got married, for goodness sakes. We saw her go through a lot. So those are my 3. If I had to pick any, those are my 3.
All right. In the chat, we've got the Blur who's saying his favorites are Astronema, Gia from Megaforce, and Shelby from Dino Charge. Oh. And Layla is saying that hers are Jen, Katie, Kendricks, Summer, and Udana.
Ooh, dang.
I don't know if I know who any of them are.
I can't wait.
Like I know the name Kendricks, but I don't know what it's from.
Now, do
Next
you
season.
have any that you want to pick?
I mean, obviously I've seen Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
But after that, really all I know is what we're watching now.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. Yeah.
Have you seen the 2017 movie?
Yeah, I have seen the 2017 movie. I did like Trini and Kimberly in the movie.
Okay.
Also, I do like Astronomer here.
Oh yeah.
And I liked Trini in Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
the characters are all fairly good.
The Blur has something to tell you, which is you're gonna go psycho about space.
All right. Is that a reference to the Psycho
I'm
Rangers?
gonna keep every time it's super cheesy.
Is that a Psycho Ranger?
Jared Hodges has added in that he likes Kira, Tori,
and
Z, and Vita. Is Z a specific person? Z is a character. Okay.
So she's real.
And then the Blur also says that Katie deserved more development in Time Force.
Ooh. So this is stuff we're looking forward to, and I definitely appreciate it. Oh, that's a good answer. So with that, we figured out what we liked, what we didn't like. We even rated it. We found out what the fans like. I think we've done our job today, guys.
Yeah, and if next week we always do a live watch along on our Twitch channel under the Illuminerdi, tune in to us there between 4:30 and 5. We're still
kind of narrowing down the time, yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to watch it, tune into Twitch.
You can find us twitch.tv /the _Illuminerdi. You can find the link in the description, or just go to Twitch and search the Illuminerdi.
And later tonight, you can go back to Twitch to watch Shay, Joe, and Josh playing wrestling games. That'll be super fun.
2K20.
Yep, great way to end the night. So hope to see you guys all there. And then until next week.
Until next week, guys. We appreciate it. And all three of us signing off and saying, let's rock it. No, we're not.
No.
I thought.
No.
Bees!
Roadhouse.